Here we go. Welcome in, YouTube. Welcome in, welcome in. So we are live here in the open gym. Welcome in, welcome in. We're gonna get these tags correct, but I just had to make sure my fault if there's feedback. But yeah, man, as we take a peek here, they're showing Bulls graphics on the broadcast right now. So we got a fairly tough opponent here. I mean, obviously I don't think they're gonna be contenders, but Chicago's pretty decent, man. They always play Atlanta pretty well. So probably in for a good game. Everybody piling in. So full roster, man. Healthy Hawks. We're at a full flock, man. So as we see, let's see the game. Game should be starting here in a couple minutes. They're getting the anthem going and stuff. So, so we got the anthem here. We'll be live shortly. But yes, excuse me. I'm just trying to get these tags correct. So yeah, man, we are here watching the Hawks take on the Chicago Bulls. So welcome in, welcome in. Like I said, we just getting these tags on YouTube correct real quick. So yeah, man, as they show the starting five, like I said, Trey, Dyson, Zach, Jalen, and Chris Stapps. Toshiro, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you tapping in on YouTube. Appreciate it. We are just watching the Hawks take on the Chicago Bulls. So I think the Hawks are gonna win. I'm a big Hawks fan, so I think the Hawks are gonna win. They're at full strength, so um, I think they're pretty good. So hopefully they only have a total of 9 minutes played together. Our starting five. So hopefully they can use this game to kind of gel. So might be a little progress over result game, but hopefully the Hawks will win. I think the Hawks will win. It should win, hopefully. So yeah, man, welcome in, welcome in. Excuse me, I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just getting these YouTube tags right. So yeah, man, we are back. We are back. All right, man, we back. We back. We back. We back. So opening night starters here: Trey, Dyson, Zach, Jalen, and Kristaps. So I'm excited, man. Excited for this game. I think Atlanta should look all right. Bulls. I don't know. I think we match up pretty well. Good game for Zach to kind of go off. Matas was kind of popping shit. Excuse my language. He was kind of talking his stuff before draft, saying he should be number one pick and all that stuff. Um, so oh, Ricochet. Gonna be tapped in watching Ricochet, definitely. It would definitely be a key to this game. Um, um, another another person to watch, person of interest to watch tonight is of course Jalen. Um, just kind of see how he bounces back. He sprained his ankle, I guess, in the Magic game. So his last game, back tonight. So yeah, man. As you see, NBA isn't as on schedule as other teams. So it's 8:08, and we're just now about to tip off. So I am, man. See, so Atlanta's offense is sitting at 109. So I mean, missing three starters is going to be a little skewed. So look for Atlanta to be a top offense this year, and maybe an average defense. So I mean, that'll be pretty good. That'll be a big stride for Atlanta to be a top of the league offense and middle of the pack defense because they're usually on the lower end on defense. So hopefully this year will be a little better for Atlanta result wise. But we're not looking at the results until the end of the year. Till the season's over, man. I think that's when we should really dive into the results. I mean, you should probably use them to your advantage. I mean, I think that's just more of a team thing. I don't really think there's too much. I mean, until it's like the end of the year. All right, man. Here we go. Tip off is here. Like I said, the five starters for Atlanta are Trey, Dyson, Zach, Jalen, and Kristaps. I'm not sure who's starting for the Bulls. Uh, definitely have a little bias. Don't really care. So they got Josh Giddey, Trey Jones, Isaac Okoro, Matas Buzelis, and Vucevic. So interesting lineup. They got Buzelis at the four. Here we go. Let's go. Trey kicks it to Dyson to get that offense started. Porzingis puts up the first shot, does not fall for Atlanta, but all good. So here we go, man. Action has started. A bucket has yet to be had for either team. So Dyson drives against Buzelis. Good job of cutting it off. It's a bucket. Porzingis gets the easy slam there for 2, the assist from Dyson. Oh, yeah, steal from Dyson already, man. Ooh, tough. Dyson turns the ball right back over, but he got a steal, though, as Buzelis attacks the rim off the turnover. Fairly well, fairly well. So that was a good play. Here we go, we got the switch we wanted. Here we go, Trey. Ooh, can't get it to fall. So, offense is looking alright, can't lie. Jalen usually, gets that steal. Yeah, Buzelis don't know what to do. Got a 7-footer switched on him. Yeah, that's been rhythm. He just misses that though as Dyson, collects the rebound. Oh, Trey tries to attack the rim, but, can't get it to go there. Dang. Hey, there we go. That's what I was trying to see. That is definitely what I'm trying to see. Kristaps knocks down the 30-footer. Good closeout. Good closeout. There we go. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff as Porzingis, gets a deflection there. Oof! Let's go. Let's go. Jalen in transition, man. That's gonna be a bucket every time. Most of the time. I don't wanna say every time, but most of the time, that's gonna be a bucket. As, Hawks defense seems to be working, it's nice to see Kristaps kind of be integrated into that system. Kinda talking to my homie, I was like, I think Kristaps need to fit the team. I don't think the team needs to fit Kristaps, you know? Jalen Trey, floater, can't get it to go. It's alright, man, it's early on still, so Trey hasn't recorded a field goal quite yet. Ooh, as, Josh Giddey gets a nice lay there. 7 to 6, man, Atlanta has a lead. Porzingis, Trey ball! Let's go. You love to see it. Porzingis with another pull-up, just ungodly 3, bro. So he's hot this game, man. He's hot, finally. You like to see that if you're an Atlanta fan. Oh, yeah, as, Giddey runs the baseline. Oh, put him on the poster. There we go. Jalen on the break, man. Jalen on the break is gonna be a bull in a china shop, man, in a good way. I mean that in the greatest way possible, so, um, as Dyson was guarding Giddey on that baseline drive, forced him to turn it over right into Jalen's possession. Jalen just off to the races. Brazilians just can't guard him. So 10 to 6, man. 10 to 6 as Atlanta is looking like they should, man. Definitely is what we were expecting against Toronto opening night. So defense is active, which just frees up the offense, and KP is hitting that 3 ball, so it definitely helps Atlanta. Um, like I said, jumping out to an early lead is gonna be the biggest thing for Atlanta, like game to game, um, if they wanna kinda be dominant. Um 'Cause it kinda gives yourself, room for error throughout the game, so if you can jump out early, it's always a great thing, so past few games hasn't been the case for Atlanta, but, tonight kinda seems to be the opposite of what these last few games have been. Porzingis, man, Porzingis is back, man. That flu that had him under the weather, it seems to be gone, so or unless he's deciding to have his own flu game, but I doubt that. So out of bounds, my stream kinda lagged, yeah, so yeah. So, yeah, man, we got Atlanta here at 16 to 8, 16 to 8. Trey got his first field goal to go there on that last offensive possession for Atlanta. Jalen can't get that to go, but that's a nice possession. Um, Kinda quick one, but got a good look. So Atlanta's, facing their old friend here, Red Velvet. Haven't heard it gets that little spin to go as he checks in for Chicago. There we go, Dyson. Oh, that's not a foul? That's not a foul? Dyson drove against Josh Giddey, and he did not the result we were looking for. Herter gets that second layup to go. We might be looking for a revenge game. You go, Trey got the switch on a Okoro. Ooh, Porzingis can't get that third one to fall, so Atlanta's lead still sits at 4 as Chicago brings the ball up here. 80 for 2? Nope. There you go. Jalen with the rebound, Trey with the dish to Ricochet. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's a great possession there. Defense creates offense. That's what you like to see. Bucket. So Atlanta's offense is off to a great start, because their defense is playing fantastic. So, um, I believe they have 3 or 4 steals. So great start for Atlanta's starters tonight. Like I said, they've only up until tonight's game, they've only got 9 minutes played together, in total. So 9 minutes, that's not much. So you love to see Atlanta starters kinda hop out to an early lead against a team that isn't as, I guess, serious. Obviously, they're gonna try to win, but, you know, nobody's expecting, Chicago to make a lot of noise in the East. I think they're pretty good. I think they're decent. Obviously, they're not gonna win a lot of games, but, they might wind up in the playoffs. So, as we look at the team comparisons kinda early on, really not much to buy into, but just rattling them off. Score is obviously 18 to 12. Rebound battle, 7-5, losing that one, to Chicago's. Chicago has 7 boards to Atlanta's 5. Assist battle is tied. Like I said, Atlanta's defense is active, so they are sitting at 3 steals to Chicago's 1, and Chicago has a block, so Atlanta is yet to get a block, so sure that'll change throughout the game, but, yeah, Atlanta has made Chicago turn the ball over at a high rate early on, so 4 to 1. You love to see that for Atlanta. You hope Atlanta's turnover total stays down and Chicago Bulls increases. So yeah, you like to see, Atlanta shoot good from 3. They kinda struggled there in that category, in that statistical battle. Oh, JR, my fault, my fault, my fault. Yeah, I got some VIPs for you. I got some VIPs for you. You been a member for a while, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. You've been a member for a while. I got you. You see Trey in the background. But yeah, man, I was just rattling off some stats there. So as we get back to it, JR, I got you. I appreciate you being a member for a minute there. So we got you with a VIP. Yes, yes, we do. Brother needs some water though. So as we get back to the action, Atlanta has a couple subs. It looks like they sub Trey out. So we got Luke, Dyson, Nikhil, Jalen, and Onyeka here early on. 6 minutes to go here in the first. Atlanta's leading by 6. So got some subs here early on, and it looks like Chicago looks to take advantage of that ASAP. So Vucevic got the nice little turnaround against Luke. Can't really do nothing about that as Jalen drives against Buzelis, man. Too strong. And one. And one. He too little. He too little. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get off me. You love to see that, man. You love to see Jalen drive to the rim just composed. Just takes the contact and just finishes through. So he knocks down the free throw. It's a 3-point play there for Jalen. So Atlanta off to an early lead. They're up by 7 here as Onyeka cut off Josh Giddey's drive. Buzelis got a wide open look there. Breaks that. So Atlanta's probably gonna look to run the offense through Jalen as Jalen tries to get the lob there to Onyeka, it just doesn't work out. There we go. Chicago is trying to run the break, but they were a little hectic there. So as yeah, DEI, got you, I got you. I got you. You just caught the last VIP for this half. So 21-16, 21-16 Atlanta's way. Nikhil gets that 3 from Jalen, but it don't fall. So and Zealous attacks the rim, but It's either on Jalen or, what you call it? It's either on Jalen or Nikhil, but it's looking to be on Jalen. So, we're about to have an official timeout, but, 5 points, man, 5 points. 5-point lead here for Atlanta. Turn this down in my ear. Got that, got that earbud in, so you, trying to keep track of the action there. So, yeah, man, 5-point lead. So, quick timeout, that was only 30 seconds, so 21-16, Kevin hurt his finger was bleeding, so but here for Atlanta, very, very positive outcome or result so far. So, looking like the starters are making their way to the bench one by one, as Moge is checking in for Jalen Johnson here, as I think Jalen picked up that foul. So, yeah, man, here we go. Uh, Atlanta's defense is, you know, causing chaos, and you love to see that. So we'll see how these rotation players kind of feeling. Now that Atlanta is kind of full strength, I think these rotations will look a lot better. As Buzelis misses that free throw, which is expected. Buzelis ain't like that. Um, so yeah, back to these rotations for Atlanta. I think these past few games they were a little different because the 3 injuries, with Ricochet, Jalen, and Kristaps all out. Atlanta was kinda forced to run, fairly small in their backup, spots. As Mo gets that good look, but just can't get it to fall. Ooh, come on, Nikhil. Bucket. Good stuff. As you see Nikhil knock down his first 3, like to see him stay confident. Looks like he's listening to Coach Quinn's advice and letting it fly. As Vooch misses that badly, that that bounce was ugly. That got sent to, Buzelis as, Patrick Williams misses that 3 there for Chicago. Kennard corrals it on the break. I know a lot of Hawks fans don't like Kennard, but, goaltend. That's a goaltend too. So, yeah, man, a lot of Hawks fans online have kinda been that's a goaltend right there. That is a goaltend right there. So, Luke Kennard probably gonna get that bucket. But, yeah, like I was saying, a lot of Hawks fans mad at Kennard because he's not shooting the 3 like, he was expected coming in. Um And he's being more so of a playmaker, but that might just be what the coaching staff is asking from him, Look for the good shots, don't force them. Kinda facilitate the offense. Obviously, he's not gonna be that traditional point guard, but, I think what he's contributing is pretty good, man. He's been really good for the Hawks. He hasn't been forcing up a lot of stuff, taking smart shots, so he'll have a game for, from 3 where he just goes crazy. So just wait on it, man. Just wait on it. As Trey checks back in the game, 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. I almost said fourth. I'm ready for this to be over already, man. I'm tripping. Dang. 26-17 as Luke Kennard bangs in those free throw or that free throw. That was only one free throw. Good stuff. Got Bubble Bass in for, Chicago. Jalen Smith. Watch for a random role player on Chicago just to get hot and go crazy. As Onyeka corrals that, Luke Kennard pushes the pace on the break. Nothing really coming from it though. It's Nikhil, Trey, Onyeka, Moge, and Luke Kennard here, grace the floor here for Atlanta as Nikhil tried to find, Luke Kennard there on the back cut, just couldn't find him, so 26-17, 3:17 left to go for the first quarter. Trey's floaters is in and out, man. It's in and out. So, not gonna sweat that too much. Oh, no, they're gonna call a kickball. It's a good stop by Atlanta, kinda read that pass, just used the wrong extremity to stop the ball from getting there, so yeah, man, back to Trey. It's still kinda, uh, rough from inside, but, I think it's gonna fall. It'll fall. Just keep shooting. There you go. As Onyeka, I believe, got that block there on, Jalen Smith out there on the 3. Okay. Yes, Atlanta's defense been fantastic, I can't lie. Atlanta's defense has been really, really good, um, which has obviously led to their 9-point lead, but, I don't know, man. I think in order for Atlanta's offense to be really, really just overpowering, their defense is gonna have to be average to good. They don't have to be, like, great, but their defense is gonna have to be good, and I think they have the pieces to be a good defensive team. Do I think they're gonna be like the '96 Bulls defensively? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that, but I think they are gonna, shut down a lot of narratives, especially for Trey. Um, I think Trey is gonna prove a lot of people wrong this season about a lot of things. His leadership, his effort, on the defensive end, his want to win. I think a lot of that is gonna be, kinda shifted this year, whether it be, from the results, marketing, whatever it is. Um, I just think that narrative is gonna shift around Trey. Um, 'Cause in my honest opinion, bro, like, that's a generational player. I hope the contract situation gets handled, that's not up to me, that's up to the team, but, I think, you know, it might benefit Trey to, you know, to where he might get the most money that he can, but I don't know, man. I wanna see Trey be an Atlanta Hawk for the rest of his career, so I'm obviously a little, kinda biased in this conversation, but yeah, man, I think a lot of narratives will shift from what, has been written and all that stuff about Trey, what people think and stuff, so I don't know. I think it'll be a good year just for the Hawks, for individuals as well, just to kinda get the recognition they deserve, so, um, I think one of the biggest narrative shifts, will be, like, Trey's leadership. Um, from what I've seen these past couple years, like, ever since Trey has kinda been graced with that veteran status, um, he's just taking rookies under his wing and just kinda I feel like, just made them comfortable in the game, so, like, I don't know, I feel like I mean, obviously, Ricochet is, his own man and has his own talent on his own, but I think Trey just makes guys feel comfortable, so as a point guard, I feel like to have those qualities are, like it makes you it just elevates you above the rest of the field, so, yeah, I think Trey is the one of the best for multiple reasons, so as the graphic is showing, Kristaps Porzingis, night is 10 points, 4 or 6 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3, so having a really good game, Kristaps is. He has a steal as well, so there you go. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. Ice Trey finds Mo G. Let's go. Easy bucket. So, yeah, man, watch for a random role player to get hot for Chicago, that's usually what happens, but, defense is stifling tonight. Let's go. Nikhil. So, you love to see the additions kinda getting to work, man. Nikhil's had a really good really, really, really good year, starting off his Atlanta career. So, you love to see that. You love to see the new guys kinda find a rhythm early on, so oh, yeah. Let's go. As Nikhil gets to the basket, but it's a foul, so he'll go to the line. So as Nikhil goes to the line for Atlanta, it's an 11-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Nikhil having a decent game, knocks down his 4th point, the first free throw, the first of 2, so 29-17. But yeah, looks like Chicago is missing Kobe White, so not quite at full strength. Nikhil misses the second of 2, so leads in at 12, man. 2 minutes to go. Hawks on an 8-0 run in the past 2 minutes. Hey, there we go. Atlanta's defense is really good, man. Doing a really good job at trying to keep Trey on his matchup, on the matchups that aren't really gonna be bad for him. And they have the guys to do it too. So obviously, this lineup with Trey, Luke, hey, Onyeka with the bucket. Nice little shimmy for the hook spin or spin hook, I should say. I don't think so, man. Patrick Williams, that's a questionable 3-point attempt for Chicago. So yeah, man, Quinn back to this kind of smaller lineup, except it has Trey, Nikhil, and Luke. So, oh yeah, the pass fake to a bucket. That was nasty. Good stuff, Big O. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, 33-20 here for Atlanta. Love to see it, man. Atlanta's defense just playing very well. As Chicago, that was a great possession, man. They had the ball on a string, passing it around there, getting that open look there from three. So 51 seconds, Trey gets that 3 ball up, can't get it to fall. Trey is kinda, having a rough game shooting-wise, but so 8-point lead, man. It's an 8-point lead, but, not gonna really worry about Trey shooting like Kevin Huerter. I told y'all, random role player gonna go off. Kevin Huerter is 4 for 4. There we go. Trey gets fouled by Trey Jones, so Trey Young will go to the free throw line for 2. But yeah, man, like I said, watch for a random role player to go off for Chicago, and guess who it is? Um, our old pal, Kevin Huerter, Red Velvet, 4 for 4, 9 points. So obviously don't think he's gonna keep that up. So Dyson's coming back in to shut that down. Trey knocks it down from the free throw line as the first quarter is coming to an end here. It's 31 seconds. So yeah, man, pretty good game. Pretty good game. Good start for Atlanta. I don't know what I was saying about the lead. Did I say it's 11? It's 9 points. Bang. Trey knocks down the second. Yeah, you wanna kinda pay attention to, Atlanta's numbers at the free throw line. They've kinda not struggled, but just haven't been the greatest. I don't think it's struggle is the word, you know? Couple bad games. It's alright. I don't think it's struggle quite yet. There's no help there for Onyeka as Trey Jones gets that little scoop layup to go. So 8 points as the first quarter is coming to a close. Both teams are tied at 12 field goals. Not the greatest in the quarter play, but, it is what it is. It is what it is. 8-point game here for Atlanta. So Atlanta's defense, man, causing problems. You love to see it, and that is why their offense is out to a good start. So Atlanta kinda cooled down from 3, finishing the quarter there, 33%. But, compared to Chicago's 20%, it's alright. So 35-27 here at the end of the first. Rebounds are close. It's 12-14 leaning Chicago's way. Atlanta is winning the, assist battle 9-8, thanks to Trey Young's 4 assists. And Atlanta's defense, playing pretty good. 3 steals already. So, uh, kinda been a team effort in that department. So I think there's a couple players with 1 each. So I think it's, Kristaps, Dyson, and, Jalen. So, um turnover battle, like to see that. Obviously, you wanna keep that down if you are Atlanta. So 2 to 5 right now, it's leaning Chicago's way. So, like I said, you wanna lose that battle. So Atlanta's doing a good job there. So, Kristaps, man, Kristaps is a whew, good to see Kristaps, doing his thing. So, Kristaps is holding it down for Atlanta offensively with 10 points, leading the way. Um, as we look at the other starters, not really too much jumping off the page for you, but Zach, Jalen, and Kristaps each have missed, I think, the past 1 or 2 games. So they're all back and all contributing as Jalen has 7 points, 2 of 3 from the field, 3 points from the free throw line. So really good game so far from Jalen. Really just been in transition a lot this game, which is what you like to see. Ricochet, not too much popping off the page, but he's done what he's supposed to do. So first game back for those three, and they haven't missed a beat. So 10 points from Kristaps, which you love to see, a 30-footer and a 25-footer too. So love to see that fall for Porzingis. Probably boost his confidence. Kind of get him gelled into that rotation. So you love to see that. Dyson, kind of quiet on offense, but 2 assists, 2 steals, and 3 rebounds. So I guess I was wrong. They credited that steal to Dyson as he probably deflected the ball before Jalen got that. So yeah, man, great game from Dyson defensively. So Trey, not the greatest shooting wise, already 1 for 7, but as we resume action here, 35-27. Yeah, man. Jones got that bucket, but man, King Wallace is in the game. Okay, so you like to see that for Atlanta. You like to see King get some, good minutes as he is in the game there for Trey. Finds Ricochet on the wing, can't get that to fall, but it's a good shot, man. You like to see him stay aggressive, just keep shooting. Nope, King corrals it. So we got Keaton, Porzingis, Ricochet, Onyeka, and Kennard out there for Atlanta. Pretty interesting lineup. Bucket. Bucket. Too easy for Porzingis, man. As they got the mouse in the house on Porzingis there on defense. Cora could not get that stop, man. It just wasn't not gonna happen. That's a push. Damn. It's a good shot by Keaton. Just can't get it to fall. It might be a little forced, but ooh, they're ruling out a blocking foul on Keaton Wallace. So yeah, man. Another bucket from Porzingis, so his hot start continues here for Atlanta. So you like to see that if you're an Atlanta fan. Porzingis hasn't really put his fingerprints on any game this year so far. So you like to see him get off to a hot start as the Sumo gets that bucket there for Chicago. 6 point game. Onyeka does not get that little hop hook to fall. So another kickball, man. Stop trying to kick the ball, Onyeka. You're messing up these steals, dog. You messing up your stats, big homie. So here we go, man. 37-31. We are watching the Atlanta Hawks take on the Bulls. There we go. Keaton dishes to here we go. Yeah, too easy. Every time. They're too little, man. Chicago right now does not have the capabilities of switching or even guarding on Porzingis. I don't think Vucevic is out there right now, but 37-31 as Porzingis getting to the line, man. He's off to a really good start here for Atlanta. Yeah. uh, 38, 31, man. 13 here for Porzingis. 9 to go in the second quarter. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Porzingis is off to a good start, y'all. Great to see that as if you're a Hawks fan, which I am, man. I am a Hawks fan, so I love to see it. 39-31, the Sumo gets it to Patrick Williams. And you ain't doing nothing. You're not doing nothing with it. Giddy for 3. That's a bucket. Dang, that's the $100 million man right there. Josh Giddey, the Giddler. Keaton, oh yeah. Yup. Too easy. Too easy. So, Atlanta getting a lot of mismatches with Porzingis in right now. Chicago just cannot guard him. So, any screen action, they're just throwing the ball into the high post there for Porzingis, which is that's his spot. So, you love to see that for Atlanta. Alright, alright. Onyeka with the drive. That's a bucket. Mm, can't get it to fall. So, them ugly ass yellow shoes they got on. That's a push off. Get out of here. That's crazy. So Onyeka probably called for the foul on the sumo. That should have been a push off to begin with. So, oh, on the body, that's so ugly. Oh Lord, I done woke my cat up. Break. Ball don't lie. Ball does not lie. So Jalen Johnson is checking back in here for Atlanta. So yeah, man. Porzingis is checking out, and Jalen's checking in as Porzingis is probably trying to catch his wind as he is coming back from I think a two-game hiatus. Flu-like symptoms have kept Porzingis out, so he's back feeling better. Obviously, 13 point, I think what 14 points? So 14-point first half, man. So he's feeling good. So as Keaton leads the offense here for Atlanta. Jalen is back into the game, man. Like, love to see that. Bucket, man. Onyeka has turned into a semi-threat from 3 as he knocks down that 3, rhythm and everything. So, Giddey for 3, can't duplicate it. On Atlanta? I gotta see that back. I gotta see that back, y'all. A loose ball foul when Onyeka got the ball. There we go. Ricochet against Buzelis. Love to see it. Love to see it. He can't do nothing with you, bruh. Let's go, man. And you was talking about you wanna be the number 1 pick on Ricochet, and you can't even get a bucket over him, bro. Who you think you are, dog? Come on, bro. I love to see that from Ricochet. He just locks him up, man. They're locked up. He locked up, won't let him out. Nope. He locked up, buddy. Cobb County Correctional Facility. Oh, yeah, Ricochet. Alright, man. So I guess, Atlanta got 2 sponsors, Pays and Shake Kinda crazy. There we go. Atlanta corrals the rebound, and, Jalen is pushing the pace there for Atlanta. Met at the rim. Yeah, they getting these push offs off. Jalen, there we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, made a business decision there. Take off, Jalen. Air Force One. Oh, damn, Air Force One. Let's go. That's not a foul? As the fast break was passed ahead to Ricochet, but Ricochet can't finish over Josh Giddey. Timeout. Hey, Air Force One. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. Air Force One, bro. That's what I'm calling Jalen from here on out. So here during this timeout, man, I'm gonna grab me some water real quick, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Just finna grab some water. Give me 1 second. We back, y'all. So, man, like to see this game from Atlanta, man. Pretty dominant here so far. And kind of I think Chicago maybe has held the lead for maybe a little bit in the first quarter. So, as we have a little break here in the action, a timeout from one of the teams. I'm not quite sure who called it, but 44. Chicago did. True, it was in their possession. But yeah, man, Jalen Johnson, Air Force One, man. Feel like that should pick up. So, man, as we look at this breakdown, three Hawks have yet to play, and that's Infali, Dante, V, and Asa. So hopefully Asa can get some run here. So yeah, man, defense has led to offense for Atlanta here early on. So yeah, man, Chris Stapps off to a great start. Which, if you're an Atlanta fan, you love to see that, man. 14 points on 5 of 7 as action resumes, and Chicago gets an easy bucket from Vucevic. So Vucevic is back in the game for Chicago, which is needed. Atlanta's been taking advantage of Chicago not really having a true big, even if they don't have like 7 footer. But whew, Jalen was freed up there in the corner, just can't get down with a fall though. So yeah, man, if you're tuning in on YouTube and you want to watch the game, man, we are live on Playback TV. You can watch the game along with us. I got VIP passes to give out. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Dyson took it to the rim, just couldn't get it to fall. Nikhil poked it to Trey in the corner. So Trey got that first three down. He got 7 points. Hmm. Kevin Huerter drawing the foul. Atlanta's kind of pestering him. Bang. Trey got it to fall, man. So Trey hasn't had the greatest shooting night, but offensively, he's, doing his thing, finding his shot. Um, just hasn't been able to fall there for Trey. So 7 points, 4 assists as Trey is getting his offense going, not offense going. Kevin Herter, man, old Atlanta Hawk. It's a bucket, man. 10 points, 4 4 from the field so far. So, like I said, random role player finna go off for Chicago. So watch out for him. Here we go. So yeah, Bob Rathbun and Dominique are reminiscing over Kevin Herter's performance in Philadelphia. Like I said, he used to play for the Hawks, so a little friendly face. Sure, the guys are like playing against the old homies. So Onyeka attacking that little mismatch they had right there and getting to the line. Excuse me. So yeah, that's my thing. I think as much as I want Onyeka to start, I think he will take the majority of minutes for Atlanta as the center spot. Can't get it to fall there at the line, so misses the first of 2. So yeah, man, Onyeka just he fits the squad, I think, really, really well. So whether he's starting or off the bench, misses the second from the line, which is kind of rare for Onyeka. He isn't like the best free throw shooter, but he isn't bad. So he's a pretty good free throw shooter. So kind of rare. No points from the line there from Onyeka as I think it was a little miscommunication there on the defensive end for Atlanta. Oh yeah, attack the rim, Jalen. Great pass from Trey on that little pick and roll, but Jalen slipped real quick because they blitzed Trey trying to get him off the ball, get him to make a decision. Kevin Huerter first miss from 3 there. You like to see that for Atlanta. Good shot, Kev. He's still with us. Oh, take that, bro. Take that mess. Oh, okay. Wow. Kevin Huerter strips Jalen Johnson's drive to the rim as Trey picks up Josh Giddey. Patrick Williams just cannot find his shot from 3 there, which I'm not mad at. Oh, good drive by Trey. Like I said, that drive is gonna start falling for Trey as, the more he takes those drives, they're gonna start falling as Kevin Huerter just can't keep up with them. Oh, it was a nice little pick and roll, just, defense didn't switch, they just focused their attention on Trey running off that screen, so Trey found the passing lane and got it to Jalen. He makes those passes look so easy, but man, he really split that ass. Atlanta's free throw struggles continue. I'm gonna call them struggles, man, because what is going on? So Porzingis checks back in, 4 minutes to go here. 49-41. So Atlanta's offense is kind of calmed down because their defense isn't really causing too much trouble over there. So I think Atlanta's offense is not solely dependent on their defense, but it definitely helps out their offense when they are causing havoc on the defensive end. So obviously, the other team can score, and it slows the pace down for the other team if you are putting the ball in the bucket and they're having to get the ball out the basket every possession instead of running the floor, getting transition mismatches and all that stuff. So it's gonna help if Atlanta can't get it to fall, man. So Trey's struggling. Dyson gets the steal. Let's go. Woo! Woo! Trey Young. Let's go, man. Like I said, defense to offense. Like to see it. Love to see it. So Dyson gets the steal. Porzingis gets the outlet pass to Trey. As we get another look at it, like I said, Dyson steal, Porzingis, Trey. Trey knew what he was finna do. Trey knew. As soon as the ball was in Atlanta's possession, he knew. So we got a foul here. It's on Nikhil Alexander. So Dyson is playing phenomenal defense. Just continuing to catch Chicago off guard somehow. Um, Whenever he's on the floor, man, you got to know not to like relax. So Vucevic knocks down both of his free throws there. 42 52-43, excuse me, 3 minutes to go. So Atlanta's defense causing ruckus. Too easy, man. Too easy. Porzingis, they're not gonna be able to guard him unless they just keep Vucevic running around on him, and that's not gonna help because as soon as, Vucevic leaves, Jalen Johnson is wraps. No way. Buzelis just powers through Nikhil to get that and one, but that really should have been an offensive foul. But they are letting, both teams kinda play physical, so you like to see, the refs allow both of the teams to play physical, not just one, 'cause, I feel like that was the case in the Toronto game. Just Atlanta just was not allowed to play as physical as, Toronto, but it has kinda eased up. Orlando game was pretty physical, which is always the case, and, that OKC game was just, missing 3 guys. You see the writing on the wall, so as you see here, Atlanta's taking a break. They're calling timeout. It is 54 to fif 54 to 46. So, a little break in the action. So, we'll kinda check out the stats as Porzingis, man, continuing his hot start, 6 of 8 from the field. That mid-range is just unguardable. Chicago has nobody to match up with, Porzingis, and they are paying for it. So, excuse me. So, you like to see Porzingis taking advantage of those mismatches early on. So 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. So great stuff from Porzingis. Man, Jalen Johnson, bro, definitely finna be an all-star this year. Excuse me, I didn't mean to hit the mic, but definitely finna be an all-star. 13 points, 5 of 9 from the field. So yet to hit a three, but those threes will fall for him. And he's not really a high volume 3-point shooter anyway. But he'll hit, two, maybe three a game. But he has 2 steals already, so him and Dyson are holding it down on the defensive end for Atlanta. Dyson got 3 steals, so he's doing his thing. Yet to score, but 3 steals. 3 steals, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. So Dyson's game Dyson's game is gonna look a lot different, like, being impactful. It's not gonna be like just scoring. So Dyson doing well. If you were to just look at the stat sheet, you'd be like 0 points over 2, man, this guy stinks. But 3 steals, dog. Come on. Come on, bro. 3 steals in the first half. Come on. Trey is gonna be Trey, bro. 2 of 9. You're not gonna worry about that. Those shots are gonna fall, especially when they're needed. Um, so he'll find a shot, but he also is finding his teammates with 7 assists here in the first half. So, you know, even when Trey is not having the greatest night shooting, he is still phenomenal on offense, which is that's just a blessing to have, man. When a guy isn't scoring, he's usually just a liability out there unless he's, Dyson. 3 steals. So, like, if you're not productive on offense, like, scoring wise, then you really have to affect the game elsewhere, and Trey and Dyson are some of the best. So, man, they don't even really have to score a lot, between the 2 to have, like, impact on the game. So 7 assists from Trey, 3 steals from Dyson, so love to see it. Bench contributing fine. Obviously, nobody really jumping off the page, but, everybody just playing their role. So you love to see that. Love to see that. Dyson's been struggling, man. He has, but, it is only 4 games. It is early on, but I don't really I'm not gonna really look to Dyson to be necessarily like a volume scorer, but, like, I think for Dyson to be impactful on offense, I think 11 to 16 points is gonna be just fine for Dyson. He doesn't have to go crazy there because, man, he is just a menace on defense, y'all. It's crazy, and man, I'm so glad I'm so glad Atlanta has him on our squad, bro, and we get to watch Dyson Daniels play basketball every night. 'Cause he is reliable, pretty strong, so he's not gonna get injured. Where's the fat there? Alright, man. Alright, just shove them when you're down there, man. Just shove them off you, and they're not gonna call it. Patrick Williams finally hit a three. That's the lead to 5 here for Atlanta. So 2 minutes, there's some change left to go. They were on that uh, contested three from Porzingis. Good offense here from Atlanta, just not getting any shots to fall here. So Josh Giddey is matched up on Trey. Take advantage of that, Trey. There we go. Trey's three does not fall, but Nikhil follows the shot. So yeah, man. Back to Dyson. Yeah, like I said, it's just really great to have him and Trey. They're both not scoring well right now, but just impacting the game in other ways. And you love to see Jalen taking the big man um as Trey Jones knocks down that three there, cuts it to four. Atlanta's lead is slowly dwindling, so you like to see their defense kind of pick up the pace, hopefully. The warm up three. That's a good look though. That's a good look. So we got Trey, Dyson, Akil. Ooh. Yeah. Dyson said, "You're not finna get that off on me, bro." So him and Dyson are pretty good friends. I guess they've played together since middle school, so you're not gonna take offense to that foul. And Dyson will probably deliver them hands if he was ever to pull up on him. So yeah, so yeah, man. Dyson not having the greatest game so far, but impacting the game elsewhere. So you like to see him stay active, just involved in the game. So I was gonna say ball don't lie, but he did foul him. He fouled him. 56-52, man. 4-point game. So Atlanta's defense has kind of not fallen off, but it's not as aggressive here. So um and their offense hasn't helped them out either. So not the greatest shooting night other than Chris Kristaps from the squad. Ooh, ooh, Jalen, relax, dog. Come on. That pass from Trey was ridiculous. Shout out to Trey, man. Just a wizard. Best point guard in the league, undoubtedly. Sumo over Porzingis, can't get it to fall. Jalen, man of many qualities, man. Porzingis for three. Follow your shot, dog. Good stuff. Bounced out of bounds, but Porzingis, you like to, you obviously want to see those long threes fall, but he stayed with it, followed his shot, which not a lot of players do. If you're young watching this, follow your shot, please. You're shooting threes, it's fine. Stick around and follow your shot. It will be beneficial for you. Oh yeah, just can't get that to go. Patrick Williams gets the foul and one. Oh my god. So Atlanta's lead is dwindling here, so they're kind of battling back and forth as Patrick Williams goes to the line trying to get this three-point play. They've done a pretty good job on the boards, but um, Patrick Williams somehow squeaked away with that offensive board. So like to see Atlanta, do better out there. So free throw misses and they get the ball back. Just run them off the line, man. That's all you got to do. Just run them off the line. Good closeout, Trey. Man, so they're just getting those tap outs. Um, so yeah, Atlanta should have about 14 seconds, but Vucevic gets a nice little um, runner there to go, a little floater. So 1 point game, y'all. I don't know why. What happened to the scorecard, man? Atlanta has no idea what they're doing right now. Great, man. Great thing to see as there was a little bit of a miscommunication on that last second shot. So Atlanta ends both the quarters in the first half kind of empty, unfortunately. So yeah, man. Great first quarter. Second quarter for Atlanta was a little rough. Want to see Atlanta kind of turn it around there. So yeah, man. Atlanta is leading by 1. I don't know why FanDuel took the scorecard away in the last 8 seconds, kind of, you know, but, uh, but yeah, your box score watching, obviously, you're gonna have some questions. How is Atlanta, I mean, not how, but it's only a 1-point lead. But, Atlanta's defense, man, you looked at the box score, you'd be wondering, what's going on. Not a lot of great shooting, 2 of 11 from Trey, but 8 assists, bro. 8 points and 8 assists, so if he was shooting well, bro, he'd have 16 and 8, so it'd be a fantastic game for Trey, so, um, kinda keeping the turnovers low. There's only 3 turnovers for Atlanta, so there's only 1 turnover in the second quarter, just can't get shots to fall. Um, that's the story of the second quarter for Atlanta. So kinda normal rotations for Atlanta. Haven't seen as much of Mo Gay or, the other guys, but, the other guys meaning Ace and Newell. So with Kristaps being back, which is kind of expected, so but yeah, man, Atlanta has their 3 guys that they were missing back, Shea, Jalen, and Kristaps, and they've all impacted the game fairly well. Shea hasn't really scored too much, but he has just been, a plus on, offense and defense out there, just, locking up, stopping his guy, all that good stuff. So he had a really good possession on Buzelis where he, kinda locked him up and caused a 24-second violation. So we are at halftime here. Watching this Atlanta-Chicago game. I'm just going over the box scores for Atlanta. Just kind of box score watching right now. If you're just tapping in, I appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, we are live on playback if you want to watch the game with us. I am handing out VIPs this second half, so tap in and watch the game with us if you would like. So we are just getting started in halftime, so we'll be, taking a restroom break, and then we'll be back here in a second, so just going over stats for the meantime until we get a little closer, and I'll probably go do that and then get back to the action, so yeah, man, Atlanta's bench playing well for 'em, normal guys, Luke, Nickeil, Onyeka, Onyeka's, Onyeka and Nickeil have gotten the most playing time out of the bench rotation, so which is kind of expected, so rotations are back to normal. There was a lot of Luke Kennard, Nikhil, and Keaton. I know a lot of fans online weren't really enthused by that lineup, and I wasn't either watching that. I just knew it was kind of a liability out there, but and there wasn't really any like you really can't balance that rotation out with because there's not really like tremendous offensive firepower between those three. Obviously, for the roles that they're in, they are great NBA players, but and Keaton is kinda making a name for himself, so everybody kinda question his belonging in the rotation, but not I don't really question if he should get PT, but it's just like, "Man, what are we doing?" But now that, the rotation is normal, I think Keaton fits, backup point guard. Not too heavy rotation minutes, but, you know, rotation minutes for sure, so, like to see that for Keaton. He just signed a contract this summer, or the Atlanta Hawks elevated him from a two-way to a standard contract there, so shout out to King for getting his money and getting a spot to play on Atlanta, so kinda making use of his, minutes, playing hard, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, um, hasn't scored, but, kinda facilitated the offense pretty well, so yeah, man, I think that the second half should kinda resemble the first if Atlanta's defense kinda plays at the same pace, they did in the first quarter. Second quarter wasn't the greatest, offensively for Atlanta because their defense wasn't as active. They got out to a big lead, in the first quarter because they were just causing a ruckus over there on the defensive end. Dyson got, like, 1 or 2 quick early steals, um, for steps, or I think, I believe Jalen got it early steal, so they were just stopping Chicago from scoring, and they were converting the transition buckets, so, that's really a big reason why Atlanta kinda jumped out to a lead there in the first quarter, and then that's kinda why Atlanta kinda lost it, so obviously wanna see them, ramp it up on defense and get back to the stifling defense they were playing there early on, so yeah, man, we are gonna take a quick restroom break, and then we will be right back for the second half action, man. We're right back. So yeah, I'm gonna take a restroom break real quick, and I will be right back. We back. We are back. So Atlanta holding on to a 1-point lead here. Um, still got halftime going on. So here we go. What y'all think, man? Who gonna come out with this game, man? Atlanta or Chicago? Let me know. Let me know what y'all think. So yeah, man, Atlanta is holding a 1-point lead here. Look at the stats. Look at the team stats. So looking at the team stats, Atlanta's held on to a lead since early on in the first. So you like to see them, not a complete wire to wire win, but to break down the team stats, obviously, like I said, 1-point lead for Atlanta, 58 to 57. We got that established. Atlanta unfortunately losing the rebounding battle, which is kind of surprising. 28 to 34. Doesn't really seem like it. Atlanta probably just has put up a couple more shots. It doesn't really seem like Chicago is going crazy on the offensive glass, which has been a struggle for Atlanta, keeping teams off the offensive glass. But with Jalen back, probably won't be too much of an issue, but kinda surprising they are losing that by 6. They're winning the assist battle thanks to Trae Young, 8 assists. So, got half the team's assists. They're sitting at 15 to 14 there. Atlanta's defense, like I was saying, man, Atlanta's defense is the reason they are leading and have jumped out to an early lead. Defense has been stifling 5 to 2 in a steal battle, so Atlanta doing a good job causing havoc thanks to Jalen Johnson and, Dyson Daniels. Dyson has 3 already, so 3 steals from Dyson in the first half. Love to see that. So, um, blocks 3 to 1. Like I said, Atlanta's losing that turnover battle. They did a really good job at holding on to the ball, in the second quarter, but um, shots weren't falling for Atlanta in that second quarter. That's why they kinda lost the big lead that they had. So, um, look for their defense to create a lot of their offense. I think that's why Atlanta is gonna be successful. They have a lot of good players on defense. A lot of guys are underrated. Jalen is underrated. Obviously, he hasn't got a lot of, screen time, being hurt and everything, so he's definitely an underrated defender playing the lanes, um, along with Dyson, obviously. Um, but Zach, he's just improved so much, man. I don't think people recognize how much he's improved just because he doesn't score 25 points a game. Um, I think his game is just impressive, dog. I just don't see how people can sleep on him. So just doing things that aren't gonna pop up on the stat sheet, which like moving your feet. I know it's just like little, but shit, man. Um, that's gonna take you a long way. Just being aggressive, shooting the ball when you're open. The shots are gonna fall. So and when they fall, you're gonna obviously look your way more often. So just wait on it, man. Um, like I said, Atlanta's defense was um, a, a really big reason why they were off to a hot start there in that first quarter. Another big reason, Kristaps. So I was kind of cold on Kristaps that first game, but you know, he's, you know, filling in, kind of playing his role within the system and not kind of, you know, not really meshing with it. But it was the first game, so not really gonna tear him up too much. So open look for Chicago to start the second half off. Man, they take the lead. 60 to 58, so hopefully it's not a tale of 2 halves where Atlanta dominates, that first quarter. We have an offensive or defensive foul there as, Porzingis was running up to set the screen for Trey and, of course, shoved him, so look for Atlanta to take advantage of those mismatches, they are, they got Vucevic on Jalen Johnson, so as soon as they switch that, it's gonna be, issues, so you like to see that for Atlanta, just a mismatch off rip, so and honestly, Vucevic against Jalen is a mismatch in my opinion. Ooh, nutmeg! Ooh, and a bucket, it counts. A nutmeg to Jalen, that's crazy. That's Patton, though. That's Patton. Trey to Jalen, he just nutmegs the defender, that's clutch. Tie game. So, um, coming off that nutmeg, from Trey to Jalen. So Vucevic gets a shot over Porzingis, but, it's probably gonna be Chicago's ball. Refs don't even know. So, nope, they ruled it Atlanta ball, so Atlanta bringing the ball up here on offense. Got Trey Jones guarding Trae Young, and that's a bucket. That's a bucket. Like I said, Trey's inside shot is gonna fall. You just, gotta keep putting them up, man. As Vucevic jacks up a 3, that's a bucket. So he tryna imitate Porzingis's game. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, Porzingis right back at him. For 3. There we go. As, Trey kinda pointing, uh, Porzingis, just wait on it, just wait. You gonna be wide open. Giddy for 3. Nope. Trey gets the board. I'll keep running. Trey to Porzingis. Let's go with the jam. I knew it was coming. As soon as I seen, Porzingis sneak behind the defense there on the break, so Atlanta's offense is rolling because their defense is, making an impact, so just making Chicago miss, and they are converting their looks as Jalen gets the ball there off oh my goodness, man. Trey's going off. Trey going off. That's his, 11th assist. 11 assists already. So, not the greatest shooting game, but he's about to have 20 assists, so it pays off. So, Trey is already got a double-double here with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and you love to see that, man. You love to see Trey just getting active. Um, Porzingis on the break for his 21st. I believe Trey has 10 assists, excuse me. So, yeah, he has 10 assists as Josh Giddey misses the first of 2 at the line. But yeah, man, welcome in everybody. I appreciate everybody tapping into this Atlanta Hawks and Chicago game. Um, game 4 of 82, y'all. Game 4 of 82. So yeah, man, Atlanta's bringing the ball back on the offense. They got a kickball, kickball. That's gonna stay in Atlanta's possession. As I kind of want to see Atlanta kind of get Ricochet involved, but it's not his game tonight. Not his game. Porzingis is the guy. Porzingis or Jalen, because Chicago just can't guard either of them. So that pick and roll between Jalen and Trey, like I said, good shot, good take by Ricochet. He can't get it to fall. Might have been a foul, but he's got to finish through those. Atlanta doing good. Just kind of jacks one up. Nope. Nope. The tip out was tough. Chicago got in there on the fought for that rebound and tipped it out and got a second chance opportunity. So one more. Can't guard, cannot get that throw. Jalen gathers it. He was warming up on that. Ooh, love to see that. Just can't get it to fall, but, Atlanta, doing the same, man. They're attacking the offensive glass. We love to see that. tie game, 69 apiece. So Atlanta's defense kinda, the first stop initially, they read that, so they had 3 people over there on that. Mm. Mm. So Bulls take the lead, man. Bulls take the lead off that tip in 71-69. So not too, you're not hitting the panic button yet for Atlanta, but, you wanna see their defense play consistent. Definitely wanna see their defense play consistent. They struggle on the glass, man. When teams get that second chance opportunity, it kills the flow for Atlanta. It's just disheartening. So you have to, focus in on the defensive glass. That's a stop, man. That's a stop, and that's crucial. Getting consecutive stops is a easy way to build a good lead because Atlanta's offense is really good. They have a lot of mismatches against Chicago here, but you can't really take advantage of it if you're taking the ball out of the rim every possession. So there are different ways to stop Chicago. Obviously, you're not going to get a block or steal every possession, but when you do get a missed shot, you definitely have to get the ball. So Atlanta's kind of not doing a great job at that, but which has kind of been a consistent theme for Atlanta, unfortunately this year. So we like to see them, kind of change that as the season goes on. They got the guys to rebound, but it's just those like long rebounds that go to the other team and kill Atlanta's runs. So we like to see Atlanta kind of squash that as we have a timeout here. We'll check those team comparisons. Like I said, Atlanta's trailing by 2, so points in the paint dead even, which has been a kind of big storyline for the games Atlanta does have lost. So the Toronto and OKC game, both just ugly games, interior wise for Atlanta. So Atlanta winning the second chance points battle. Um, but that is why Chicago has found themselves in the lead here by 2 because they've gotten clutch second chance points and they're just scoring more. So Atlanta's defense was really, really good in the first quarter and really just kind of average in the second. That's when rotations start coming in, so you're gonna have different looks, obviously. So you kind of want to see Atlanta turn that around, though. You want to see them be consistent on defense, whether the starters are in or the bench guys are in. So, but it's not gonna be quite perfect here early on. So you're just really looking for progress here early on. I'd say first 10, 15 games, and then after that, you'll really be able to kind of say this is the issue. Thank you. So a foul there for Trey Young as he's so Trey looking for that foul, but it caught it on the floor for some reason. So okay, never mind. Wasn't on the floor. Why it look like Malcolm Brogdon? Why the ref look like Malcolm Brogdon? Malcolm Brogdon just retired, just a ref. So Nikhil is checking in for Ricochet as Ricochet hits the bench early on. Hasn't been too productive, but statistically, shooting wise, hasn't been terribly productive. But done his job on defense. Done his job on defense. Can't ask for more. So shout out to Ricochet as he takes a breather here. Trey knocks down the free throw for Atlanta. Free throws for Atlanta too have been kind of as a team just haven't been the greatest result for them. So Dyson checking up his old homie, Josh Giddey, 94 feet, as the Trey knocked down those free throws. Illegal screen. That foul was offensive, number 7, 9. That foul was offensive. As Atlanta gets the ball back off the illegal screen from Vucevic. Onyeka is checked in. Akil finds the corner and just can't get it to fall. Good find by Trey. Um, okay. Foul on Dyson, but I don't agree with it. Not quite letting them play too physical. So 3 steals, I believe that's his first, maybe his second foul. So 56 consecutive games for Dyson Daniels, recording a steal. Um, I believe he's only 5 games to tie the record, but 6 games to break the franchise record with games with consecutive steals. So 3 ball. Buzelis for 3. It is 74-71. Atlanta is trailing. 7 minutes to go. Nikhil can't get that runner to go. They're kinda looking for fouls that they're not getting, so, hmm. Good find from Vucevic to Herder. My voice is cracking. You can tell I'm a little nervous. Trey finding his shot in that mid-range. I'm knocking that down. So that's positive, man. 73-76. Atlanta, kinda struggling right now defensively, not really getting the good stops that they're kinda used to. Vucevic, man, just came away from that tie-up and got a little hook. So, for his 13 point, man, you don't like to see that. So, yeah, that's a mismatch and one. Okay, still works. So, Onyeka had the mismatch against his old friend Kevin Herter. Um, Took advantage of that and he's getting to the line. So, 5-point game here for Atlanta. They're trailing 73-78. So, hmm, Dyson Daniels uh, probably gonna be checking out. No, never mind. He's gonna stay in, and Trey is going out for Luke Kennard. Like I said, man, big kind of a little bit of a struggle for Atlanta as a team at the free throw line. So, um, leaving points there, leaving points on the board, 73-78. So Kennard checks in for Trey Young, not Dyson. Um, and so, another 0 for 2, man. It's just not positive. Can't have those, man. So Onyeka, um, his unnormal, free throw night is continuing. He's 0 of 4, I believe. So Atlanta's defense, they're, back at it. Uh, uh, that's a good look, man. Atlanta got a turnover. We wish they would have converted on that, but it is 73-78 as Onyeka finds the shot from 3. Ooh, and that Bruzella's dunk is kinda nasty. He got the, baseline off that drive. 17-4 Chicago run for this 7-point lead, man. Buzelis gets the nice little baseline euro dunk. That was kinda nasty. So, Buzelis with the dunk there. Like I said, 17-4 run here in the last 4 minutes, as you see the graphic there on the scorecard. We got, Luke, Akil, Dyson, Onyeka, and Jalen out there, so oh, man, so Atlanta's offense has been a little stagnant. Wedgie. We got a wedgie here, so that is considered a stop, but I think it's gonna be a jump ball at center court, so, man, Atlanta would be probably in the lead if their offense was, you know, if they were shooting at the clip they were at the first quarter, so Atlanta's offensive struggles here in the 3rd continue. Defense is playing alright, though, so they're getting stops, they're keeping the lead, close. Man, brother, what is going on? So, game is shifting slowly. So, Chicago is slowly gaining momentum. Unfortunately, it's off the tip. They get the ball, and it's a quick transition bucket for Isaac Okoro. First year playing for Chicago, coming off that Lonzo trade. Ugh. So 10-point game, man. Slowly, Atlanta's offense is kind of deteriorating. So Moge checks in for Jalen. Finally, Atlanta's defense active. Good stuff as Nikhil gets that transition bucket to go. So it breaks the scoreless streak for Atlanta there. So 75-83, man. It was getting spooky there. Atlanta could not find a shot to fall. Vucevic finds the sumo, but kind of scramble mode. There we go. Take advantage, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Ooh, man, it's just not falling for Atlanta. They're getting really good shots. It's just not falling. You gotta stay positive, man. They're getting the looks they want. Sumo hits the three. It's 11, y'all. There you go, Luke. Stop the bleeding there. It's a 9-point game. Whew, brother, this game is shifted, man. Yeah, it's shifted for Atlanta. So you kind of wondering what is going on there for Atlanta, but hey, man, don't know what it is. So 77-86, man. Well, actually, I think we can put a finger on it. So Atlanta's offense is just not hitting the shots that they were hitting. So as we get back to it, yeah, man, Atlanta's offense just isn't cooperating. They're getting good looks, just not falling for them there. So yeah, man, 77-86 as we take a look at the stats here for Atlanta. Like I said, man, offense just is not, Atlanta's thing tonight. So they're playing, I would say, really well on defense. They probably would be winning this game if their offense was kind of, operating at a normal rate. But some guys are struggling to find their shots. Um, that is the story for Atlanta. Defense is doing well, just offense has not been there. Other than Porzingis and Jalen, those have been the two bright spots. Trey, he has 14, but hasn't shot the best. Like three ball, nobody's really hitting. Nikhil, Onyeka, and Kristaps are the only three Atlanta players to hit a three. Excuse me, Trey hit one. So yeah, man. Shooting just not that great. They kind of jumped out the gate shooting pretty well, and kind of fell off after the first quarter. So you like to see Atlanta turn it around from there, and then they'll probably end up, competing for this game. So it's a 9-point game. So you're not, quite out of it yet. But as the third quarter winds down, it's 3 minutes to go, man, you kinda wanna, at least get into a rhythm, at least, cut it down to 5 or 4. So but I really don't think any lead is, you know, insurmountable with this Hawks team. They do a really good job at staying locked in and, staying persistent. So As Atlanta is coming out with, Trey, Luke, Nikhil, Onyeka, and might be Mo. Not quite sure who the 5th guy is, but so, yeah, man, Atlanta's just gotta find their offense. So, somehow in between that 1st quarter and now, it has disappeared. So, Mo Gay is playing the 4 as Onyeka is the 5. That's the, front court for Atlanta. As, Nikhil is the 3 technically, I would assume. So, Trey and Luke hold down the backcourt. That's off. You gotta get it, man. Bubble Bass with the board for Chicago, but can't come up with anything. Stay aggressive. Nikhil for 3 off the assist from Trey. So 11 assists for Trey. So although he hasn't had the greatest scoring night, he is a monster facilitating. So Chicago just gets an open look, man. So the old boys. Hey, Luke Kennard doing what Luke Kennard does best. That 3 ball, answered right back. So 6-point game, man. Like I said, you just wanna see Atlanta catch a rhythm. Some they don't have to get the lead, but 89-83 here for Atlanta. They are trailing with a minute to go in the 3rd. Kinda lost the game here, but, they're slowly coming back, man. Slowly coming back for that lead here. Patrick Williams shimmies. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Patrick Williams knocks down a 3. That one, he hadn't found his shot, but he kept shooting and hits that 3. And 1! And 1! Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's go. Trey gets that nice little, float to go. He got the mismatch on, Bubble Bass there. Yeah, he can't guard him. Hit him with the pickles. Hit him with the pickles. Come on, man. Throw that 3rd pickle on there for him. Throw that 3rd pickle on there for Bubble Bass. And 1. So Trey knocked down the and 1 opportunity. He is slowly turning it around, man. 16 points, 12 assists. So Mo. So, yeah, they called it goaltending on Yeka, so ruled the basket good for Ayo. Ooh, there we go. Way to chase the long rebound. So, that was a good move by Trey, but just can't get it to fall. It's been the story tonight. So hopefully he can find his shot as, Nikhil got it back to Trey. Floater, money. Like I said, keep putting it up, man. Keep putting it up. As Trey knocks down that floater, I believe he is 6 of 15, so if they were ticky-tacky, they mighta, even called a foul on that one, so Trey knocks down the floater for his 19th point, so 6 of 16, excuse me, 6 of 16, so it's positive for Trey, man. That's a offensive foul. That foul was offensive, Trey Jones. You can't do that, sir. It's going back that way, man, 88-94. Atlanta trails by 6, man, so they're trailing by 6 and their offense isn't doing well, so, um, when their offense is gonna do well, it's gonna be a problem, so and this is mainly rotation guys in. Trey is, in with a mix of, the the new guys, Nikhil and Luke, so, um, got Onyeka and Mo holding down the, front court, so oh, yeah, gotta finish that. Good stuff. Nice nice find by Trey to Onyeka for the little dump off. Mm, so Chicago with a nice little back cut there. 18 seconds, so Atlanta's gonna milk a lot of the game clock. Man, just can't get it to go. It's good looks, man, they're good looks. Woo! Yes, sir. So, Atlanta playing a little drill at Tennessee there. That's what we used to call it, so just quick outlet passes, got a nice lay, so Trey was looking like he was gonna step into a 3, but he found Moge there for the dunk, so nice way to finish the quarter, down by 6, man, like I said, just chip away. You don't wanna end the game or end the 3rd quarter trailing by 10 or more, so good stuff, there by Atlanta. Rotation guys doing well, filling in fairly well, man, so all it is, man, missed shots for Atlanta, that's really all it is. You're not really gonna press too much, those shots are gonna fall. Those shots will fall, so defense looking really good. Obviously, those last couple possessions, Chicago snuck away with, a couple buckets, but Atlanta was doing fairly well. They're getting stops, and converting them on the offensive end. So you like to see Trey turn it around. Rough shooting start for him, but he turned it around. 19 points on 6 of 17. So 3-point shooting hasn't been too great for really the whole team this year, but tonight, kinda, another night for Atlanta seems like, but, they'll figure it out as, Nickeil, Luke, and Trey, the only guards who have hit. Onyeka and Kristaps have hit from 3 on the big side, so not really a great performance from the three-point line, not really a s shining night from the free throw line. A lot of points left on the board there, so you like to see that, turn around during the season as the season progresses for Atlanta. You don't really wanna freak out about it right now because it's, the 4th game, so yeah, man, not really too much set in stone for Atlanta, not too much you can say definitively for Atlanta and their squad, so excuse me? So yeah, man, we got the 4th quarter on the way, so really, it'll be a different game if Atlanta's offense kinda starts clicking, so as, we look to the 4th quarter, that'll be, something to keep an eye on. If if their offense is converting, then that means their defense is playing at a good pace, so, um, I think a lot of Atlanta's game is relying on each other. I know a lot of some teams can kinda there we go, as Trey attacks man, so Trey thought he was gonna go to the line there, but the officials had, other plans. So so we got this 4th quarter starter with a foul here. Trae Young looking to take advantage of that matchup. Midi, there we go, Trey. That's money, bruh. That's money. 94-98, man. So Atlanta's offense off to a decent start here to start the 4th. Bubble Bass, get them tied up on Yucca. Good stuff. Come on, Ricochet. Make a play. Good rotation. Good rotation. You got a mismatch. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Was that a 4-0 run? Is that a 4-0 run for us, fellas and ladies? Ladies and gentlemen, what is that? 6-0 run? Let us see it. Let us see it. So I wanna see Onyeka dunk on him. So Onyeka got that little hook to go over Patrick Williams and forces Chicago to call a timeout early in the 4th quarter, man. So Atlanta is, climbing back, man. It's a 2-point game, 96-98. And like I said, key to watch in this 4th quarter is Atlanta's, offense. So, um, and for Atlanta's offense to do well, that means their defense is clicking. So, uh, here to start this 4th quarter, they got a few stops and got on the break. So obviously, a way back to the lead is stopping Chicago from scoring and getting all your shots to fall. So just my bad. I'm watching Benny the Bull try to hit half courts. This is like traumatizing. As Benny the Bull is a prominent 2K mascot, so I just feel like it's 2K all over again. Just watching centers take shots from half court because they're mad. So yeah, man, 2-point game here for Atlanta as we check the stats, man. Let's check this little team comparison here as Atlanta has clawed back 96-98. They held on to the lead for a majority of the game, but that third quarter is when Chicago kind of um took control of the game. But yeah, like I said, that first quarter was really good for Atlanta. They jumped out to like a 13-point lead. Defense was clicking, offense was hitting. Kristaps Porzingis having a really good game. So you like to see that if you're an Atlanta fan. So the progress is there. Hopefully, tonight's result will, be a good one. So 96-98. Atlanta is getting blasted in the rebounding battle though, 50-36, and it's only a 2-point game. So would like to see the breakdown of offensive rebounds to defensive rebounds. But as we get back into the action, um, yeah, man, look for Chris Kristaps to kind of put his fingerprint back on this game. He kind of took over in the first quarter there. Was kind of on fire from three, so it was a really good sight to see if you're a Hawks fan. As Porzingis is coming back from flu-like symptoms, so Trey's sitting at 15 assists and 1 turnover. So I wonder if they finna glaze him like they did Halliburton. So another area of growth from Trey Young. Who is surprised? Not I. It's three in the key, man. It's three in the key as Chicago taking advantage of that mismatch against Nickeil Alexander Walker against Patrick Williams. So just a little smaller on the defensive end. Ooh, one more. For three! Let's go, Nickeil. As Nickeil stays aggressive from three and drills that in Kevin Huerter's face. Old Hawk. It's a 1-point game, man. There we go. No mismatch there on Yeka. Oh, good stuff, Trey. I would just like to note Trey stopped that rotation, man. And he gathered the board, got the pass to Onyeka, the rim wrecker, excuse me. 101 to 100, man. Atlanta re the lead here. Um, Like I was saying on that last possession, man, Trey snuck down, cut off that roll from Patrick Williams and forced him to dish that out of the paint. So another area of growth from Trey. Who was surprised? Not I. There you go. Defense is working, man. Defense is working. Kevin against Porzingis. Shot clock violation, man. Took too long. Took too long, player. You left that red velvet in the oven a little bit too long, man. It's a little too crunchy, dog. So, man, like I said, Atlanta, great stuff, man. Atlanta's defense stifling, causing a shot clock violation. Offense, they are getting shots to fall. Bruh, they are grabbing him on that, bro. What is going on? So Trey chucking that three. Man, they got his arm, man. Just call the sweep through, dog. So Dyson unable to check in for Atlanta, so he'll check in the next dead ball, probably to grab Nickeil, as Nickeil is the only rotation guy out there. Come on, man. So Chicago's gonna get that weak foul, and Atlanta's oh man, come on. So um Nickeil against Patrick Williams again. So Chicago kind of mismatch hunting there in that aspect. So Tyson gonna come in and kill that real quick. So So, yes, look for Atlanta to take advantage of these mismatches here going forward. You got Porzingis sitting at 21 points, so look for him to kinda increase that, so and keep an eye out for Trey, man, sitting at 15 assists. I called it earlier, so we'll see. I think he hit that 20 mark, first of probably will be a couple times this year, so okay, whew, I thought they were finna call it tech on Trey because sometimes Trey let the officials know they missed, so and the refs don't really like that, so as Ayo is getting a little too handsy there on the little action there. Trey can't get it to fall. Trey from 30 can't get that to fall, but ooh, Dyson, ooh, good effort, but pokes the ball. But Chicago retains possession. Buzelis on the switch. Trey can't get it. The Sumu corner's open. Good rotation. Trey Okoro is not like that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. As Dyson gathers the ball for Atlanta and brings it up on the offensive end. Let's see what we doing here. Mismatch. That should be an and one, man. Too easy for Porzingis. So Tingus Pingus, 23 points, 9 of 14 from the field. So taking advantage of the small Chicago Bulls. Oh my goodness, bro. These shots should not be falling for Chicago. So 104, 103 as it's gonna be a nail biter, it looks like, y'all. Gonna be a nail biter, so yeah, man, look for Atlanta to, you know, feed the hot hand as Chris Stapps is leading the way with 23. Atlanta's done a really good job, individually keeping guys, um, under wraps, but as a team, Chicago is doing really well. Um, it's a 103-104 game for Chicago. It's a 1-point deficit for Atlanta. Like I said, Atlanta's getting blasted on the rebounding battle, 38 to 52, and it's still a 1-point game. So you like to see that. You know, if you look at the breakdown between offensive and defensive rebound, it's probably more so Atlanta missing a lot of shots. Their offense has hit a cold spell in that third quarter. Kind of so started off, they kind of got back to it, and then it kind of faded out. So third quarter was a little cold for Atlanta offensively. That's why they are trailing. They have kind of dominated on the defensive end. I feel like I shouldn't say dominated, but they have had a really good performance on the defensive end. So um, if you're looking for positives in this game, definitely look to the defensive end. Dyson's having a good game on defense. I think a lot of players are having good games on defense. Even Trey. Obviously, if you look at the stat sheet, he's not going to have the most steals on the team or anything, but just being impactful, being in spots, helping the weak side, and all those different things. You really like to see that from Trey. Like I said, people are going to be surprised this year. So yeah, man, this fourth quarter, Atlanta has some found has found some offense. So you like to see them continue riding that wave. Like I said, Porzingis is just unguardable. Chicago doesn't really have anybody that can match up well with them. And if they throw Vucevic on there, I think Porzingis is just gonna be involved in pick and rolls with Trey and get that mismatch going. So yeah, man. Mm, just look for Porzingis to carry Atlanta offensively, scoring wise. Look for Trey to facilitate the offense, and we'll just wait to see, man. Hopefully, Jalen can impact the game a little more than he has here in the fourth quarter. So Porzingis has found the bench. So yeah, man, Porzingis having a really good game, which is a great sight to see for Atlanta. Like I have said, so hasn't had the most like impressive outings, but they've been good. Unguardable, man. Onyeka gets his feet in the paint and gets that floater up. It's a 105-104 game. So you want to see Atlanta get a couple stops, get a chain a couple stops together as a Luke reaches Shea, Kennard, excuse me, Luke reaches Shea, Dyson, Onyeka, and Jalen out there. That's not a foul, bro. What are we doing? So Dyson bringing it up, finds Jalen. Let's go. Let's go. So you like to see Dyson find his shot from around 5 feet. That nice little layup there off the Jalen assist. Jalen has his second assist. Dyson registers his first field goal. So if you're box score watching, you're probably gonna say Dyson had a bad game, but Dyson's been phenomenal on defense. So I don't know. You just gotta watch the full game, man. Josh Giddey with the bucket. So you like to see Atlanta have the leads, even if Chicago scores a bucket. So like I said, man, chain a couple stops together and, convert them on the defense or offensive end. So, ooh, just airball delay right there. I seen the vision though, Dyson. I seen the vision. No, that's not a foul, bro. That's not a foul. That was just a good stop right there, man. So, like I said, man, Ricochet has impressed me in multiple areas of his development. So, man, as Ricochet hits the bench after that foul, which kind of sucks, man. Kinda wanna see the young fella play through those. 6 minutes, Atlanta's holding on to a one-point lead, looking to get a stop here. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Stifling, man. Atlanta's defense has caused problems all night for Chicago, um, as Chicago has just got a lot of points off, you know, second chance points and, just transition and stuff, not a lot of half court action going on for them, and they've kinda benefited from Atlanta going cold. Jalen's too strong, man, they can't stop him as he just powers through that 109, 106. That's gonna be Jalen's bag a lot of year, just bully ball as, he increases Atlanta's lead to 3. Josh Giddey can't find that lay to go. Onyeka gets the board. Dyson pushes to Kennard. Step back, swinging the ball around. Onyeka from the top of the 3. It's good. Onyeka is a threat, baby. 0 for 4 from the free throw line, but he is 2 of something from 3. So Atlanta increases their lead off the Onyeka Okongwu triple. So 112 to 106. Onyeka, man, really, really impressive, man. To start his career, he had no 3 ball, but right now he is a threat. I would like to say Onyeka is a threat right now. So, um, if you are a big, if you are an opposing big, you better step up, man, because it's hand down, man down. Mama, there goes that man. Man, he a bad man, boy. He a bad man. So biggest lead for each team, Atlanta has stretched it out to 13, while Chicago has gotten it out to 11. So, neither team has kinda jumped out to a huge lead, but you like to see Atlanta, kinda retain this game because they should have been a dominant wire to wire game. So, um, as we progress through the season, you would like to see Atlanta kinda handle teams who don't really have championship aspirations. You like to see them handle them from start to finish. It doesn't be a blowout every single game, but, you like to see Atlanta play the type of defense they're playing all game, so really, really good defense for Atlanta. It's kinda been negated by their offense not hitting shots, so, um, I don't think it's I don't think it's Chicago having a good offensive performance. I think it's Atlanta having a bad one more so. Because if Atlanta was, if their scores were hitting the shots early on, it would be a totally different tone to this game, in my opinion. Foul. Foul on Onyeka. Trey Jones gathered that. Onyeka pushed him when he off that turnover from Luke. So Atlanta's done a good job at holding on to the ball. They haven't turned it over a lot, so you would like to see them stay that course as they are losing the turnover 5-13. So when you lose the turnover battle, it's good, man. That's the only battle you wanna lose. So 5-13 as they only allowed 1 turnover in the 3rd quarter as well. So that's their 1 turnover in that 4, so hopefully it's not, too much. It's not a change of the storyline. So Asumu, hey, yo, Dosunmu with the 3 balls. So Dyson was it spin? That's not a foul, bro. What is going on, bro? Okay, my fault. I didn't mean to get out. I didn't mean to yell. My fault, y'all. Haven't heard it. Don't do it to us, man. Okay, that's a bucket. Golly. Second chance points, man. It's gonna be the story for Atlanta. But that Dyson, I just don't see it, bro. How is that not a foul? So 7-0 run here for, Chicago as they regain the lead, man. Fuck. It was a six-point game, and now it is a one-point deficit. So, man, just defense be playing spectacular, and then you got 2 people looking at the ball, man. You gotta crash the board, y'all. Like, it has to be a team effort when there's no big down there. So Jalen being on the weak side, there was 3 guards over there, and Dyson's the only one kinda trying to compete for that. So Luke and Nikhil in the game right now. It makes sense somewhat, but, you know, I don't know, man. You gotta have people out there that's, kinda that's their game. So it's not really Luke or Nikhil's game to crash boards. So, oh, man, I would like to see Ricochet out there, man. You have size, you need that. Just because Ricochet is not having a great game on offense isn't a reason to take him out. So it's kinda disappointing. I know a lot of Hawks fans are kind of questioning Quinn's, rotations, and, I definitely it's understandable as, Ricochet is right there with Porzingis, and with 20 minutes, so are the least played starters, so which is kind of unfortunate, man. Your number 1 pick, you wanna showcase him, man. Shit. So Nikhil in for Ricochet. That's the only rotation player in as Trey, another dime. So Porzingis. That's the point guard right there, man. Love to see that. 17 for Trey, in the assist. Uh, it's a 3 from Dosunmu. It's a good mismatch. Porzingis against Buzelis here, off the rim. 116, 114, trailing Atlanta. Got a close game, man. Yeah. I don't know. I wanna let Quinn finish it out, but oh my god, bro, quit watching the ball. Thank you. At least they let us play. We're fine. Let's go. Air Force One. Air Force One, baby. Porzingis to Jalen. That was a nice find as Porzingis was teeing it up, but dished to Jalen there to tie it up. 3 minutes to go, man. Atlanta, come on, man. Points in the paint, dead even at 62 for both teams, and now we get a call on a drive. Get out of here, man. Atlanta was getting calls on drives, but then somehow, for some reason, they stopped. So But yes, yes, yes. Um, DG5, man. It is tough to see, man. Some of these rotations just don't make sense, man. He's the number 1 pick, bro. Like, please play that man. Please, man. Just because he has a rough night from on offense, man. Come on, man. You gotta let the young man play through it. That's a 6'10" threat, man. Come on. We're getting outboarded and everything. Like, we need all hands on deck, man, and that is somebody that can be beneficial as, Chicago knocks down the 2 from the free throw line, so oh, man. Just not my favorite thing from, early on in this season, but it's a new season for the coaching staff too, so good stuff, man. That offense was spectacular. Traded Jalen to Porzingis, man. That was awesome. Awesome offense. There you go. So excuse me. Jalen and, Jalen and Porzingis holding it down on offense for Atlanta. The big 3 for Atlanta's doing good as Buzelis drills a 3, 2 minutes to go, man. You don't need that. Oh, man. It's rough, man. It's rough. These are games Atlanta should win. Yeah, these are games Atlanta has to win. So it's just unfortunate, man. Man, it's just unfortunate when your coach is holding y'all back. I feel like, um, Quinn is letting his guys rock, but bro, why, bro? Like it's just frustrating because you have Nikhil in there. Like he's doing good, 14 points, 5 of 10. Obviously his defense is good, but like, bro, he's not as tall as Reece J. Those are just facts. Obviously, you're gonna have a better chance if you're taller to grab rebounds. Rebounds are killing Atlanta, bro. Those second chance points are murderous for Atlanta as, they're just getting murdered on the glass anyway, but, defensive rebounds, they only have 28, bruh, and, Chicago has 11 offensive rebounds, so, like, man, these rotations are really, really frustrating here for Atlanta, man. They're down by 5, probably gonna lose the ball, and they have a minute and some change to go, so not a lot of time to get this lead back and, walk away with this game. So you wanna see Atlanta start this road trip with a win, which honestly they should have had, which is it's just frustrating, man. It's just frustrating. So, yeah, obviously, ball going the other way. Man, frustrating, frustrating, frustrating rotations. I can't lie. Like, why is their number 1 pick playing 20 minutes, bro? Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? I'm just probably talking, wasting hot air, but golly, man, it's 118, 123 with a minute and 59 to go. Ricochet sitting at 20 minutes, man, that's frustrating, dog. That's frustrating. I really hope Quinn can find a rotation that works. Honestly, starting 5 works, but dog, like, what are we doing, bro? You know, shoot, you know, as well as, Nikhil is on defense, bro. He's let the Sumo go for 7 to 10 and 21 points. So watch him get a bucket here, honestly. Atlanta's defense is trying their best, 1.8. hook shot, shot clock violation, minute 34 to go. Oh, man, I hope they prove me wrong. I don't think it's a player thing, I definitely think it's it might be more so of a rotation thing, man. 'Cause what are we doing? So Atlanta has increased their turnovers this quarter, unfortunately. I think their turnovers in the 4th are sitting at 2, so good stuff, Jalen cuts it to 3 with a minute 20 here to go. 4th quarter is coming to an end. Good game from Jalen, 11 of 18 from the field, 25 points, so hopefully Atlanta's defense can step up, man, step up to the occasion. 'Cause, golly, that's game. Nikhil knocks down a 3 there, cuts it to 3, man, 123, 126, way to stay in it, man. Oh, man, let's see if Atlanta's defense oh, thank God, man, it's been like that all game, bro. 50 seconds, three-point game, so Atlanta doesn't need a 3, they just need a bucket. Oh, man. 123, 126, man, oh my goodness, so, yeah, Vucevic, foul was offensive, sir, you can't do that. So the ball going the other way in Atlanta's possession. See if they can get a good possession. 126, 123, man. Game's not over. 30 seconds. You can get a stop and a bucket and one or a three. 3 seconds. They let them get a drive. Short. Offensive. Typical finish. Dog, like, bro, somebody asked this man about the rotations, bro. Cause why is Ricochet not in the game, bro? Yeah, Ricochet, my guy, but like, dog, bro, Atlanta's getting killed glass, bro. You need people out there rebounding. Alright, like, what are we doing, bro? Like, man, it's the start of the season for everybody, okay? It's the start of the season for everybody. Let me not just jump on cases. So, just unfortunate night for Atlanta, man. Just a dominant night on defense. Just offense was just not clicking. So, ugh, what a waste. What a waste, man. What a waste. Great games from the big three, Jalen, Trey, and Chris Kristaps. 27 from Chris Kristaps, 25 from Jalen, 21 from Trey. Although it's not the greatest shooting performance from Trey, still just led the offense, man. 21 points, 17 assists. Yeah, man. Dyson has to be better for sure. Dyson has to be better, man. These performances at the rim are just killing the team. A lot of people have to be better. A lot of people have to be better. Quinn has to be better with these rotations. First game back with you know, full fully healthy since the start of the season. So yeah, man, just let down. Just let down. This game was really good for Atlanta to start it off and finished really, really poorly. Um, as you kind of look at the stats here and the comparisons, you kind of see that second half is when Atlanta really lost the game. Offense kind of fell off a cliff, and defense was not clicking like it was in that first half. So that lead that Atlanta saw, Atlanta built up, quickly diminished in the third quarter as Chicago had a like 14-point turnaround to start the third quarter. Um, so Atlanta found themselves down by 11 in the third, and their offense just was showing spurts, but so unless it's a miracle, 7.7, kinda see the writing on the wall. These are games Atlanta could win, man. Oh, man, I'm not trying to hear about no battle, dog. That was just Atlanta lost the game. Multiple reasons, man, multiple reasons. Offense is one of them. They lost control on offense. 3rd quarter, lost it. Man, man, I don't even wanna see no dap up, man. Just go straight to the locker room, dog. Especially after a 1 of 8 performance, dog. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah. Don't wanna be too hard on yourself, but you gotta be a little hard on yourself after these couple performances, man. Oh, man, not great. Not great, man, not great. Quinn playing Ricochet only 20 minutes, man, what are we doing? Like, Nikhil hit a, good 3 there, but I don't know, man. You gotta give your rook you're not rook, your young guy a chance to play through adversity, so it's just really unfortunate that, Ricochet didn't get the shine, man. He was playing well on defense, I mean, I think just as well as Nikhil, but Nikhil has 10 more minutes over him, and that's not Nikhil's fault, um so, definitely not holding that against Nikhil. I'm glad he had a good game, 6 of 11 from the field, so pretty good game, man. 4 6 from 3 was, one of the only bright spots from 3 for Atlanta. So, you look at Trey, 1 for 10, so nobody could really get that 3 ball to fall except Kristaps and Nikhil, so, Onyeka hit a big 3 there, but, didn't result for nothing, so left a lot of points at the free throw line, lost this game for a couple reasons. So just wasn't on one individual player. Um, just Atlanta was. I think they were outcoached this one. To be honest, I think Billy Donovan definitely got his team together and changed the game plan and made adjustments and messed up Atlanta's game plan because they were stifling on defense early on, but that did quickly change. Don't know what happened. Um, rotations, I think, kind of tweak that look. Atlanta isn't going to be the strongest team on defense there. So, man, bump this game, man. I'm out of here. We are back in the open gym. If not tomorrow. Tough outcome for Atlanta. Tough, tough outcome, man. Bulls move to 3-0, and Atlanta falls to 1-3. So, man? Not too much you can say after this one. So, it's just a big letdown, man. Big letdown. So, appreciate everybody that tapped in. Unfortunate result for Atlanta as they lost this game. Oh man, 123 to 126. Oh no, I think it was 128 to 123. So man, 128 to 123. Man, it's gonna be it's a bummer. So shout out to Chicago. They played a good game, but Atlanta falls to Chicago. Unfortunately, we're sorry, excuse me. We'll be back in the open gym. On Wednesday as Atlanta takes on the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to expect. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. So Atlanta will take on Brooklyn Wednesday at 7:30. So we'll be back in the open gym on Playback TV 7:30 or Wednesday, excuse me, Wednesday. So hopefully Atlanta can bounce back, man. And and guys can regroup. So tough game for Atlanta here. I appreciate everybody that tapped into the open gym, stuck around, watched the game. Don't forget, I am handing out VIP passes, watching these games. So everybody tap in, and I will catch y'all Wednesday back here on Playback in the open gym. But we will be streaming between now and then on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to catch streams, we will be live on YouTube and Twitch. Don't forget to subscribe to any platform, follow along, catch an open gym stream, and we will be back. So in the open gym on playback on Wednesday, 7:30. So I'll see y'all there. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the dub, but we will be back. So hopefully we it will be a positive result on Wednesday. So I'll catch y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Hopefully y'all week is good. So I